Today I wanted to talk to you about five side hustles to quit in 2019. And yesterday I talked about Uber, and one of the things that's one of the things that I quit in 2019. I actually started it. No, I did start it in 2018, but I quit it in 2019. But I wanted to kind of riff on that, and I was really thinking about that today, and how important it was to get out of those things and get out of different side hustles. So everyone's got a side hustle these days, and we're all very much into that, and everyone needs it, right? And that's the important thing, is that we're in a position in our society where we need a side hustle. The things that we're doing at our regular jobs just aren't cutting it, maybe. And we need that side hustle to get us over the edge. So lots of people are doing lots of things. Here are my top 5 things that I've done, that I've been able to quit, and I certainly encourage you to do the same in favor of affiliate entrepreneurship. Now, if you're interested in affiliate entrepreneurship, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button so you can get more videos. And I think this is going to be really helpful. So I'm going to share my screen here, and hopefully you'll see me in the right hand, the top right hand corner. But this is the five side hustles to quit in 2019. All right, so let me get to my screen sharing. Share that. All right, hopefully that's there. So number 1 is Uber and Lyft. So like I said, I was driving for Uber this past year. And yesterday I told the story about how I drove four people. I drove 4 people to a bar on a Saturday, and it was really eye-opening to me, because I felt like I was the one that should be at the bar. Like I would like the opportunity to go to a bar, hang out, have a couple beers with some friends on a Saturday afternoon. That would be really cool. Instead of me driving someone to the bar so they can have fun, I wanted to be driven to the bar to have fun. And that's something that, it's really important to me. I'm not talking about going and getting loopy drunk and all that kind of stuff. I'm talking about hanging out with friends and being social and enjoying myself. And it was really depressing because, like I talked about yesterday, and that's my car right there. Not my car, but that's exactly what I have, and that's the car that I drove 4 people in the bar to, or 4 people in to the bar. And so it's really important to me to think about how I could overcome that and not be driving someone to the bar. So my suggestion is that you stop driving for Lyft, because it's keeping you away from your family, it's keeping you away from your friends, it's ruining your car. You're paying a lot more in gas. Your insurance might go up, and at the end of the year, you still have to pay taxes. So what you think you're making on it is probably half of what you're making on Uber and Lyft. So it's really difficult to make a living, and even as a side hustle. And ultimately, I think it's not worth it. It definitely wasn't worth it for me, and I don't think it's worth it for you. So try to get out of it and do something else, affiliate marketing. I'll get to that in a second. All right, second one is painting. Okay, I used to paint. So I used to paint on the side at night, on the weekends, and it was really, really labor intensive. And again, took me away from my family. It was also very dangerous. Fortunately, I never fell off a ladder, but ultimately I could have, and that's something that I certainly wouldn't want to do. But with painting, it was something that took me, like, I worked all week, and then I would take Friday night and then Saturday and Sunday and go and paint someone's house and make their house look beautiful instead of my own house. And that was something that was really, it was a drag, right? And this goes for anything. Like if you like mow lawns, on the side, or you do whatever kind of side business that you do, you can stop doing it. If you become an affiliate entrepreneur, you can stop doing it. And that's the beautiful thing about it. So labor intensive things, those things keep you away from your family, keep you away from your friends, and ultimately they end up costing you more. I have a ton of equipment up in my or out in my garage that I've had for years, because I still paint my own house. But at a certain point, I'm going to get to the point where I don't want to even paint my own house. I do enjoy painting, but not someone else's house. And ultimately, as my kids get older and I want to be with them, as much as possible, and my wife as much as possible, I don't want to be bothering with painting. If I can if someone can do something in like 2 days, why would I spend a week trying to do the same thing if I can pay someone else to do it that's very well trained and has all the equipment. All right, next one, gigs on Craigslist. This is a complete waste of time. I spent more time trying to find gigs on Craigslist and then ultimately losing them. There's one weekend that I actually was I figured out I was going to drive my car to Virginia, pick up some guy's pickup truck, take his pickup truck to North Carolina, pick up a full-on like fishing boat, like a really like 20-footer, and drive that thing all the way to Key West. And I was going to do that. I was going to take a day off on Monday. So I was going to drive down to Virginia on Friday night, drive as far as I could, coffee, 5-hour energy, whatever I could to keep up and get back to work on Tuesday. Now, can you imagine that? And it was something like $750. Now, $750 in a weekend, good. That's a good haul. But the haul that I was going to make it on was not worth it. So, and then also you can kind of see, it doesn't say, oh yeah, writing on Craigslist, writing gigs on Craigslist are, I'm a writer. I never found anything that was worth any amount of money to do on Craigslist. So be wary of that. Be wary of what's on Craigslist, because ultimately it's a really big waste of time, and you're always on it looking for something, and ultimately you'll never find it. So and that brings me to another thing on Craigslist, which is selling stuff on Craigslist. Now, if you look at this, I have sold. I went through my list here. I have sold bike parts. I sold bike tires and bike wheels. I sold my mountain bike, which broke my heart. As a cyclist, it broke my heart. I've sold clothing. I actually was telling my daughter about an old Cinderella shirt. If you remember the hairband Cinderella, I told my daughter that I sold my concert shirt along with like 5 other ones to some person in New Jersey that collects concert shirts, and I sold them all for like $20. And here my daughter's now old enough to wear that Cinderella shirt. So it would have been really cool if I had, my Cinderella shirt for my daughter to wear, but ultimately I don't anymore because I sold it on Craigslist for like $20. So that's collectibles, clothing, electronics. I sold my iPad on Craigslist. Farm and garden. I sell Japanese maple trees off my property because they just grow everywhere. I sell that's actually pretty cool. I'm able to sell those trees just because they're here. I've sold tons of furniture. I've a couple of guitars. And tools. I've sold some tools, and including some of my painting stuff that I don't need anymore. But I'm out of stuff to sell, right? You eventually run out of stuff to sell, and I'll tell you what. For every maple tree that I've sold, I miss that darn bike, man. I miss that bike, and I wish I had never sold it. And it is what it is. So that's something that you want to be wary of. And ultimately, a lot of those things, like we used to give, or we used to like sell a lot of stuff from our kids that we don't need anymore, like gates and pack and plays and stuff like that. We're used to sell those on Facebook. Moms groups and stuff like that. And now we're kind of like, we're giving them to shelters. We're giving them to people in need that need that stuff. When you become a parent, it's mind-boggling how much money you have to spend and invest in the child. And ultimately, we're very fortunate to be able to now give that stuff away as opposed to selling it for $50, and you sell this memory of like a year. Your child spent a year in this pack and play thing, and now you're selling it to some person on Craigslist. Doesn't seem right. So that's what I want to try to stop doing. And then finally, this one boggles my mind. And remember, I've done all these things, so I can talk about these things. Surveys. There's all kinds of different ways online to get paid to do surveys, and I don't quite understand it because the amount of time, again, the amount of time that you spend to do surveys, and the amount of money that you get back in form of like Amazon gift cards for $5. You might spend an hour on a survey and get like $3.25. I did it for probably 5 hours, and whatever it was that I got in return, which was like $10.23. What, I don't even know how to get to it. Like, it wasn't even worth my time to like bother to download the money. So definitely stay away from surveys, especially when I'm going to pull up the 4% Success Challenge next, which is where you need to be, right? So if you have all these different things and you're trying to make ends meet, and you're trying to figure out how to do all these things, you're already in a side hustle. So why not make your side hustle as lucrative as possible, and one that you might eventually be able to quit the side hustle piece, quit your day job if that's something you want to do. It's not something I want to do, but it might be something you want to do. And you can like do all the stuff that you're supposed to do, and work your way toward quitting not only your side hustle, but never even having to think about a side hustle again, and actually quitting your job. And that's something that's so cool about this, is that you have the ability to figure out which one you want. And so that's where I am, and that's what I love about this. So this is the 4% Success Challenge homepage. I'm going to link it down in the description below. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's see. I'm going to go back to screen. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun to make. I've been thinking about it all day, and I've been looking forward to seeing you guys tonight. So please check this out. Please subscribe to my channel. If you like what I'm doing, please let me know in the comments. And definitely check out the 4% Success Challenge. That's linked in the description below as well. So thank you very much. I hope you have a great night, and we will talk to you soon.